welcome back to another edition of Sling Paint Gaming. I am Berto.
I'm Blake.
What's up, Blake? How are you doing?
I'm doing good today. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I want to talk about some C-ROC Cruiser information that got dropped today about Jabba the Hutt.
It's some pretty big information, I will say.
Yes.
That was a bad pun.
Yeah. No comment. So FFG announced, let me see if I can switch here, the new Jabba the Hutt. It's a preview of the C-ROC Cruiser expansion pack for X-Wing. It's probably they only just released this one card, right? I mean,
it's like the Emperor Palpatine article from a few years back.
Yeah, so one card, a whole article about it. He's a big dude. I'm a big dude. Blake's medium dude. We're going to talk about all these dudes and these crew slots that Jabba the Hutt takes. So without further ado, I'm just going to go right into this card and show you what Jabba does. All right.
Jabba.
2 crew slots. Of course, he's a big dude. All right.
Yep.
Five. He should be taking up 3 crew slots.
God.
5 points. Scum only. Jabba the Hutt. Unique. When you equip this card, place 1 illicit token on each illicit upgrade card in your squad. When you are instructed to discard an upgrade card, you may discard 1 illicit token on that card instead. Yeah. I like it. I have mixed feelings about it, this card
It's
here.
very thematic.
It is thematic, yes. What's your first reactions to this card?
My very first reaction is that's about what I expected from Jabba.
Okay. So it's almost like an extra munitions for illicit upgrades.
It's not almost. It is like it is an extra munitions for your illicit upgrades.
But now, is it really worth to me? Like, my biggest thing, is it really worth 5 points?
I think in a casual play, like casual on a table, and you're just testing out lists, I think it's very fun. But if you bring it to like,
well, let's go right. Well, actually, before we go into that, so let's the truth of the matter is this: he can only fit on one scum ship, which is the trend, which is the YV-66.
This is false. He can also fit on the C-ROC cruiser.
Okay. Yep. In epic play, you're right. You are right. But for tournament purposes, he can only fit on the YV-66.
Houndstooth.
The Houndstooth, yep. For epic play, he can fit on also the C-ROC Cruiser. Now, for epic play, I think this card's killer. For 5 points.
This card is going to be amazing at epic play. No one played it before, and no one's going to play it now, because you're going to run into one game with the C-ROC Cruiser with Jabba the Hutt crew. You're going to hate epic play, and then you're never going to want to play it again.
And just think about it, because like I was thinking, like you could outfit a whole bunch of binary pilots with Hotshot Blaster.
It's like you read the article.
That's right. Let's pull that up. But the funny part was, when I was reading the article, that's exactly what they had. They actually, for tournament play, they actually showed 4 binary pilots with Hotshot Blaster, with a Trandoshan Slaver, with Dengar, Jabba the Hutt, and Glitter Stem. Think about it. Hotshot Blaster, which allows you to basically shoot one ship, but you have to discard it as an action. As an attack, discard this card after you use it. So it's a one-time use. I actually played with that Hotshot Blaster that was on my I had my Brobots. I played Hotshot Blaster because I always get past those ships, and I just need one more round to finish them off, and I've used that a couple of times, and it works very nice.
This is why he never did well with robots at tournaments.
No, exactly. This is why, because I like to do stupid things, and sometimes wins and most of the time loses. But even in epic play, that's huge. That's a lot.
No, this is massive for epic play. Like, this is huge.
For epic play, yeah, because the amount of illicit upgrades that you could put on there. Now, the illicit upgrades are the following. You have Burnout. Now, these are all the ones that tell you to discard.
Yep.
Okay. So the first one that you have to discard is Burnout Slam for 1 point. So now you could potentially do 2 slams, 2 Burnout Slams, which is nice.
I could see that being useful in a Shadowcaster.
Okay. What about The other thing that you can use this on is the actual actually, let me bring this page over here. So let's bring this over here. So this is my squad builder, so that you guys.
Spoilers. Basically, everything that I think this card can be useful for is going to be on a Shadowcaster.
Okay. So inertial dampeners, discard this card, so you can get inertial dampeners for 1 point.
Yeah,
Rig
again,
cargo shoot again.
Yep.
EMP device. Oh yes, I like that during the combat.
That could actually be really good on just a little binary pilot.
Yes. Well, and instead of performing attacks, you may discard this card to assign 2 ion tokens to each ship at range 1. That's nasty if you really think about it.
You can do it twice, because then you get it. Man, you can almost do it. If you position it right, you can make those ships go 1 forward for like 2 turns in a row.
Off the board, 1 forward. Imagine that. You line up, it's scattered throughout the board, depending on how that person turns. You can literally walk them off the board.
You could.
If you had that many binary pilots. All right. So glitter stem is the next card that is discarded, so that you see one time.
There's a very specific pilot I think this is going to be good for.
Go ahead.
And that is Sabine Wren in the Shadowcaster.
Okay.
So you just load up your glitter stems and then Jabba somewhere. The problem is you're then investing 70 points into getting that off.
Okay. That's true. Another card that actually discard is Scavenger Crane for 2 points. So after ship
Brian.
Yes, Scavenger Crane. What are you thinking?
That's if you lose it, though.
That's true if you lose it. But now think about it. You can have... Well, see, no, that's the only thing, though. Is after a ship has range 1 to 2 is destroyed, you may choose to discard a torpedo, missile... choose a discarded torpedo, missile, bomb, cannon, or turret, or a modification upgrade card that was equipped to your ship and flip it face up. Then roll 1 attack die on a blank result, discard this card. So that's an iffy.
Yeah, because there's only a few blank sides on the red die. Mm-hmm. So your chance of losing it is already really low.
Right. And then last one... Go ahead.
I don't think Jabba is a good fit for Scavenger Crane.
One of the biggest things that we're trying to pull up here is the X-Wing wiki. So pull up all the illicit upgrades.
By the way, guys, you should totally use X-Wing wiki. You will learn so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff.
Especially if you're like me and you can't go to sleep at night.
The other, last but not least, is actually the Hotshot Blaster, where discard this card to attack 1 ship even outside your firing arc, 3 dice, range 1 to 2. You can outfit it as well.
This is what I think it was built for.
But this is this is the problem I have. Okay, so Hotshot Blaster is 3 squad points. If you have Jabba's 5 points, 2 crew slots. You know, if you do a Hotshot Blaster setup, that works because you're getting another Hotshot Blaster for 2 more points. Right?
Yeah.
But pretty much all these other upgrades, it's kind of... I'm on the fence with getting the value out.
They're going to get the value out of the glitter stem one, but you're only going to get that. You're only going to get the true value out of that if you play Sabine Wren in the Shadowcaster. Because then you're adding the defense dice and you're making her really hard to kill.
True.
That's where you're going to get the value out of that. But then the value is coming from adding the extra defense die.
Yes. Yeah. See, I'm on the fence with that. Because
it's very balanced because you're really you're paying to get this.
5 points and 2 crew slots, and that's the other thing too. Is I got to outfit a slaver. I have to have a slaver on the board right now in the current waves that are out.
And right now, if you just put a slaver on the board with Jabba, that's 34 points of your squad tied up. Whereas a Palp shuttle back in the day was just 29 points of your squad.
With Palp on him.
Yeah, with Palp on him, man.
Yeah.
There's correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know of any scum aces that could also take illicits with them. I don't think Finn Rao can.
So this is the ships that has the illicit. So Fire Spray, Scum, Hawk, Scum, Z95, Scum, Aggressor, Caraxi Fighter, YV66, Star Viper if equipped with the Virago title, Jumpmaster 5000, I'm not gonna go into the 2 rebel ships, YT-13 with smuggling compartment, but Sabine's TIE Fighter is also rebel, and a Lancer pursuit craft. So those are the only
See,
things that have that.
no, now look at this. There's only... Oh, the Kira's fighter can get it.
Yeah, Kirax fighter, but like the Protectorate Starfighter, like with Fen Rao and Old Torok, you can't. No. So
No, and you can't... What are they... Alright, so you have Talonbane. Yeah, this is just... I'm not liking that, because that's a mediocre...
and that's the thing is like I'm really on the fence with this card. Now, don't get me wrong. I think, I'm definitely going to be buying a C-ROC cruiser because it's a scum epic ship, and we do some epic battles here and there, right? And there's probably going to, but I just don't see. I mean, the other one too is I think cloaking device was the other one that we missed here. Perform a free cloak action at the end of each round. If you're cloaked, roll 1 attack die on a focus result. Discard this card, then decloak, or discard your cloak token. So, like I said, but that's again still 2 points. Unless I have multiple ships outfitted with this to get the value out, I just don't see.
Like, I'm looking around, like, I don't know if you have the points to do a Guri and a Talonbane Cobra with this, but at the same time, I'm like, why would you do that? There are so many better scum squads you can build.
Honestly, my first reaction was EMP device and binary pilots.
Man, you're gonna see a bunch of Z95 swarms.
Yeah,
but it's just.
But the other problem,
it's balanced. I will give it that. It is very balanced.
Yeah, you have to make some true decisions on this. The other thing that they where is it? Let me go bring up the article here. Where'd my article go? I lost the article.
He lost the article.
All right, so Jabba the Hutt, there it is. It talks about, like, it says right here, it says, this means Jabba, like extra munitions, serves largely to boost the economic value of your upgrades. But it's important to note that his influence goes a step or two further. It says, first of all, it reinforces the Scum's faction's reliance upon Illicit's upgrades. Absolutely. I think Illicit's upgrades are nasty. These features are all manner of dirty tricks that highlight the faction's criminal and self-serving tendencies. I love that part. And by doubling the value of each piece of illicit technology, Jabba pushes the whole Scum faction one big slug step further in the thematic direction.
I think I see the problem with this.
Go ahead.
So what is packaged with the C-ROC cruiser?
Okay.
The Seek fighter, right?
Yes.
So what's happening here? I think this is why both Jabba and the Seeks are kind of falling flat with the communities. I would say you would agree with that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like they're both falling kind of flat because they're trying to do 2 different things in one pack. This doesn't feel like a cohesive pack. Because you have Jabba with his super reliance on illicits, and you have Jabba and Sakacho with their reliance on illicit stuff.
Right.
But then you have a Seek fighter, and they're trying to push the swarm, but it doesn't have anything to do with illicits.
Did they release all the upgrades? Maybe is there because I see a bunch of upgrades that you get multiple copies of.
No, I think they released all those upgrades.
And there's not, off the top of my head, there's no illicits that will give you, no upgrade cards that will give you an illicit slot on the Seeks?
I don't think so, because there's Pulse Rate Shield, there's Arccaster Cannon.
I gotta look this up here because I think that's where I'm on the fence with, is like I really gotta, that's why I really wanted just to more discuss this today than anything. But
yeah, I think they've released.
So there's lights
because there's a lot of copies, and that's the Arccaster Cannon, and then there's the Pulse Ray.
Yeah, Pulse Ray is during the end of the phase. You may receive 1 ion token to recover.
There's a couple
shield.
things I can't see, but I don't see why they would have hit that in the Seek article. Or if they are not, if they could have just released this first, then released the Seek article with, hey, by the way, Jabba does this. Here's what we're going to do to make this feel like a cohesive pack.
Yeah, because I wonder if there's something else they're not releasing.
I don't.
See, because I'm looking at the pack there.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple of cards I don't recognize fully, but I'm like, I don't. I wouldn't understand why FFG would withhold that information. I mean, they could do what they want. It's their game, their company.
Yeah.
But that's just bizarre because there's no real.
Now that makes sense with all these illicit tokens that you see over here.
Yeah.
Looks like I have to make another token.
This is just a really strange expansion pack. Because it's a game. They're trying to do two different things with the pack instead of, because like Heroes of Resistance had a clear goal in what they were trying to do.
Right.
Like it felt very cohesive. You could build a list right out of the box.
Or maybe, well, I mean, we didn't get all the did we get all the spoils from Wave 11? Is there some kind of cohesiveness with Wave 11 with the bomber that they're releasing for?
No, we haven't even nothing. We have nothing with the spoils on those yet.
I mean, we only got a couple things here and there. I mean, just the spread, and that was about it.
Seemed to be a very munitions heavy meta, if anything, for Wave 11.
I'm on the fence with it. I'm trying to see some, like you said, cohesiveness. But I mean, then again, like I said, if you outfit a swarm, but like the only thing you really can't do that.
No, because you can't really fly a sea swarm with Jabba, because then it's like this is just.
But that's it. There's no other combinations that you can do to get the most use out of it.
No, because you can fly a sea swarm with Jabba on a houndstooth, and then you're literally using Jabba. You're using 5 points to get an extra illicit use, and I don't see the value in that on just a houndstooth.
Yeah.
Because then the value is really depreciated because you're not giving the whole squad extra illicit uses.
So one of the things that I've been hearing also going back and forth in the forums and different areas and stuff like that was the conversation about like how does Boba Fett work? Honestly, I think it's going to work just like extra munitions. Like
just take the token off.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Couldn't you run just Jabba on the houndstooth? Like Hotshot Blaster, pulse ray shields on the C-ROC fighters.
You can.
That sounds like something.
I mean, the C-ROC fighter, but the
C-ROC fighter has. It's something.
I've always that was like my I want to say my X-wing and Scum. I've always wanted to make those guys work, but
you put a pulse ray shield. Man, it doesn't work because then you put feedback array on them. They're taking a damage with pulse ray. It just doesn't. It doesn't work.
Pulse ratio, yeah. So what
Hotshot Blaster maybe?
You can put Hotshot Blaster. Yeah.
Hotshot Blaster pulse ray shield. That way you can regen a shield. You have to do a 1 forward. It may not be an arc. Who cares? You have Hotshot Blaster.
Right.
That could be a thing.
So that's 25 points, but you're only going to basically get 2 of them.
You're only going to get 2.
Yeah, because if I do Trandoshan Slaver with Jabba the Hutt, as I'm looking at it right now, and just Jabba the Hutt, maybe throw some kind of illicit on Trandoshan Slaver of some sort, like EMP device or something like that, to get some use out of it. If I clone the C-ROC fighter, just a regular Cartel Marauder, I'm already at 14 points left. Unless I want to up to like Taliban Cobra on one of them.
I mean, I guess you could do that. Just up one of them, the Taliban.
One up, that leaves me 6 points to play around with. But the problem with pulse ray shields, I don't see the problem with the C-ROC fighters is they don't have barrel roll. They don't have boost.
No, and you're giving up the vector thrusters, which I think is a better upgrade. This is just a weird expansion.
All right, so you're like my biggest thing is I'm definitely gonna be buying the C-ROC cruiser because way just part of the collection and it's a sick looking ship. but I just can't. I'm not seeing it, and I think a lot
No.
of people are also not seeing the point value for Jabba the Hutt where it makes sense.
Like, it's not like Palpatine where we immediately saw the point value.
Yeah,
Like,
when
we're
everybody
like,
was
yeah,
first
that's
saying like 8 points. Like, why? Oh, I know why.
yeah. It's like, oh, I know why. You can change a die anywhere on the board. It's not. What was another one where we saw the value immediately? Expertise. Like, we saw the value
Yes.
in that card immediately.
All right.
It's
So where do you so your gut on the whole Jabba the Hutt? It sounds like we just need to look at more and see what else gets released, and
it just
I'm not seeing it.
I'm not.
Then again, like I said, most of the time until I see the ships being played and start poking around and doing more research. But what research I did look at today is like I just don't see the value of the cost. I mean, the article does a great thing of trying to push. Where is it? The Houndstooth,
It's trying to push the Z Swarm
with the Z Swarm on it. But the problem with the Z Swarm, I mean, the Hotshot Blaster is nice, and I like the concept of the Hotshot Blaster shooting twice, because basically you just got almost. I'm not gonna say almost like 4 T-70s, but you got the attack value with the Hotshot Blaster, but it's only range 1 to 2.
Yeah, it's just.
And I'm already because at range 1 for the binary pilot, I'm already slinging 3 dice to begin with.
No, unless they're behind you, and then you sling 3 dice backwards.
True. I mean, yeah, that is the extra added benefit of Hotshot Blaster.
That's just I'm not seeing this one.
All right. So then maybe there's some other stuff in mix that's going to be coming out here that they're going to probably potentially that might make sense and put this all together. I do like the fact that they're trying to include Jabba the Hutt. I'm just waiting for a Yoda on the Rebel side. I'm always going to be waiting for a Yoda or an Obi-Wan
Yoda or
Kenobi.
somebody, anybody. I want my two crew. Damn it.
So I'm going to be really interested in what they put on for the Rebel side when they start releasing stuff like that. But Jabba the Hutt, I'm on the fence with it. There's probably some homes. Maybe there's some upgrade cards that are going to be coming out that we're not seeing.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not impressed at all.
I
know you're on the fence, but I'm not. I'm the one that's just not impressed.
What about the Hold on, the independent operations article that talks about the Wave 11, all 3 ships coming out. The ship that you have, actually, Jabba the Hutt would be freaking phenomenal if it was on the Azatec gunships, but that's Rebel. But so the
silly bomber.
So yeah, you have the bomber. I'm saying the Azatec gunships would be great if it had the Jabba combinations with because it's got the double crew slot.
Yeah,
right?
that would be great. But
it's a Rebel ship.
It's Rebel ship.
But looking at the spread that they have here with the bombers, I'm wondering if that See that bomblet generator? Well, no, because they got the bomb slots in that.
There's no illicit on the.
Trying to zoom in.
There's no illicit on the silly bomb.
The guy doesn't have the new illicits.
None of these guys have illicits.
I don't understand it. We're missing.
I like this. I like the silly bomber too.
Yeah, I like this bomber too. And plus the fact that it's got a Rebel Captain Nim.
It's got a barrel roll. That's the best part about this.
Yeah. And the ship looks huge. All right. So let's do this. Let's wrap this video up. Because
wrap up this.
I mean,
half
when
hour?
we're talking about it, I wanted to have a discussion about it because I was really perplexed on the card. I had like a mixed feeling about it when it came out. Obviously, Blake, you feel the same way. Like you're just not seeing it, and maybe there's something that we're missing, or something that's not released, or maybe they're going to release something special. Who knows? You never know with Fantasy Flight.
Alex, Davey, you and I are going to have a talk at Worlds.
Why? All right.
Why? Please don't touch pigs. Why?
What do you guys think about this Jabba crew card? Do you guys like it, love it? I mean, have some ideas about it? Definitely leave it in the comments below.
Seamus, help us.
Yeah, Seamus, our resident Team SPG crew scum extraordinaire. And we also need Ryan, our scum. But Ryan's been having problems too, you said, right?
Yeah, Ryan's been having problems with this.
He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, he tried, and he's like, this is all I got. And it was just abusing rigged cargo chutes and just dumping debris everywhere. And he's like, this is more silly than competitive.
I don't know. I mean, well, it is for an epic scum ship, but I think everybody was because they had Palpatine, that you can use Palpatine in the tournament list. They wanted to put Jabba the Hutt. But maybe that's what they were. Maybe I'm not saying FFG was afraid of, but maybe they didn't want to make it too powerful, like where they had the nerf Palpatine. They wanted to make sure they come out where it's, subtle, and if you want to play, and maybe it is for more epic style play. I mean, that's another option too.
I mean, this is totally fantastic at epic play.
And I would agree with you with that, because that's where the point value I think really comes to play. But
the point value will come into play amazingly at epic play.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You just do one C-ROC cruise with a whole bunch of like Caraxi fighters or binary pilot fighters. You can have your, you
can have all the aces too. Like,
yeah,
you can get Talonbane, Graz the Hunter, etc., etc.
In the article, they also show like the the Shadowcaster dropping Rid Cargo Chute, and it can drop another one if it's got Jabba the Hutt, because then it can then now do 2. But anyway,
that's cool.
All right, so what do you guys think about this new Jabba the Hutt card? We wanted to discuss this as more of a discussion than actually doing a preview, because
it's more of a understanding.
Yeah, we were scratching our heads. But what do you guys think about this card? Definitely leave it in the comments below. I would love to see what some ideas people have related to this. But as far as the point cost value and the impact and being now for competition play, for 100-point list competition play, you're really tied to having one ship that has to have that in your list. Now, if you're running like a party bus, this and that, I mean, this kills 2 slots. I mean, so 2 crew slots. So I would love to get ideas of what you guys thinking about this list. Blake, you have anything else?
Just check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check us out here, obviously, please.
Yes, check us out here.
Also, check out our Etsy and what's the other store we have?
Store Envy and Etsy, and all the links below to help support us. Team SPG also to help support us as well, and our shirt store.
Yep, Team SPG. If you're joining Team SPG, we have a Vessel League ongoing right now. You can play against Berto and Nims and all the other Team SPG members.
Yes. I think we had our first week, and I had a mirror match. It was actually pretty wild.
It was really fun. And
I think I lucked out on the initiative draw, so the initiative draw actually helped me with that mirror match. But yeah, absolutely check out all those links below. And I guess I would really love to see what you guys' comments are about this card and what you guys' thoughts about it. Definitely leave it in the comments below. You good, Blake?
I'm good. Thank you, sir.
All right. Guys, always remember, when you sling more paint than your opponent does, you're probably going to win. Bye, guys.